Welcome to the Avatar Slang Show, where fandom, fiction, and real life collide. If you're watching on YouTube, hit like, what was that? Hit like and subscribe. If you're listening, follow on Spotify or wherever you get your podcast. Feel free to help me build at buymeacoffee.com/avatar slang. Links are in the YouTube description, podcast description, and my Instagram bio. Now let's get into it. Today on Movie Mondays, we're covering Marvel Studios' Incredible Hulk. Not only will we be talking about this movie, but we're going to be talking about any comics or MCU movies that connect to this film. So I'm just going to issue the spoiler alert real quick.
This is the spoiler alert. You've been warned.
So here's that recap of Incredible Hulk. At Culver University, General Ross convinces Banner to run the Gamma experiment. It backfires, it creates the Hulk, Banner becomes a fugitive. 5 years later, Banner is hiding in Rio, Brazil. He's trained to control his anger, and he's working with the mysterious Mr. Blue online for a cure. A drop of his blood contaminates a soda at a factory he works at. Exposes his location. Ross sends Emil Blonsky, but he barely survives that first fight. Banner reunites with Betty. Ross and Blonsky attacks again. Hulk thrashes the military, saves Betty, gets away. Blonsky, juiced up on the serum, recovers super duper fast. Banner and Betty meet Dr. Samuel Stearns in NYC, who tests the antidote. That's when he reveals he's stockpiled Banner's blood. Banner's like, no, we gotta destroy this. Blonsky forces Stern to inject him with Hulk's blood, becoming the Abomination. He mutates into a monster stronger than Hulk and rampages through Harlem. Stearns is also exposed to Hulk's blood, hinting at a future mutation. Banner convinces Ross to release him after getting captured. Hulk drops into Harlem, uses scars as boxing gloves, and battles Abomination. Hulk wins and spares Abomination's life because Betty's like, please don't kill him, and Hulk listens. Ross's men takes Abomination to custody. Banner retreats into Canada, learning to control his transformations, and Tony Stark approaches Ross about putting a team together. So y'all, thanks for joining me.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, Slang, thanks for having us.
So first off, obviously we took a week off because of Labor Day. How's your holiday? Did y'all do anything?
I said I don't really think there's holidays once you're an adult.
Yeah, I don't really do. If no one's having a cookout, I don't really force myself to do anything on Labor Day myself, to be honest. Although Labor Day is the one holiday that is kind of cool if you look at the history of it, but that's for a different podcast. Today we're here to discuss the Incredible Hulk 2008 version. Probably the only good Hulk movie. I don't remember the one from 2004 that much.
It was in 03, I think.
2003?
Yeah.
For me, best Hulk. Okay. So yeah, I think this is one of the best portrayals of Hulk, especially for mainstream audiences, because this is who they think of when they think of Hulk. Correct? Like y'all, like they usually think of a big angry green guy, for the most part, who probably messes up cars, buildings, whatever. It's the second MCU movie, so when we first started, we were like in the middle of the MCU. This is only the second one. Iron Man was the first one, so let's just jump into it. I'm going to ask some questions, y'all answer. Is this the most overlooked MCU film?
Overlooked?
Yeah, like not on some like it don't get enough credit, but you don't hear like me personally, I don't think we hear much conversation about it.
I mean, I feel like it's an old movie. It was good for what it was, but it wasn't like a fire movie.
Okay.
So we know that it's canon, but I don't know many people that's just like, yo, like, if I'm running movies back, let me go run that back.
Okay.
But that's because times have changed. Obviously, making movies have gotten way better since then. So it's just like, other than continuity purposes, and it being the only good Hulk movie.
Yeah.
But I'm not a big Hulk fan, so.
Like, you
I don't hear many
character
people.
that much?
Yeah, he's not like a character that I'm just like, oh, let me go see him by itself.
Okay.
But whenever I hear conversations, like when people talk about the Hulk, they really only talk about the Hulk that's been in the Avengers, like since he became the new actor. They just talk about that movie just because it was the only good one that they made out of the first 3 joints that they did.
Okay.
I think it's a rewatchable movie. after watching it, but also taking into account that Hulk was not, even though it's a Marvel character, Universal owned the rights to films for strictly Hulk. So I'd probably say that's why we don't hear much about the Hulk. And then also, like Robert just stated, they changed to Mark Ruffalo. So Hulk's not really like a big character because he can't have his own movie. He has to be a side character in the movies. So we don't really know
Yes,
too much about the Hulk.
that's fair. And had we not had those rights issues, the public would know more about the Hawk. Because I think people know the Hawk exists, they know his powers, but they don't know his lore and story probably. And shoot, I know people that know comics that probably don't know his lore and story that much. What you think, Ru?
I agree with Justin. It's not a rewatchable movie for me. Um, it was really like honestly the whole time I was rewatching it, I was like, damn, I really wish this was a different movie. Not because I don't like Hulk, this movie in particular, just so many filler scenes where it was just stretching out the movie. The movie was like 2 hours long. And then I remember watching it
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, even when I watched it for the first time, I remember thinking, this is not going to be, I'm going to watch again and again and again. It was good for what it was at the time, like Justice, but for me, it just was not, it wasn't a theatrical masterpiece. No. I was just saying, for me, it just wasn't a theatrical masterpiece. It was a lot of filling.
Okay. So I think I'm the more positive one then. I don't even remember what my question was, but I'll just tell you all my feelings about it. I think it's overlooked, but it's overlooked for good reason. Maybe because we weren't like in the whole Marvel revolution yet. Like that was the beginning of it. But I thought it was pretty cool to see, like outside the actual movie itself, I thought interesting to see a movie in that style. It felt like a American thriller movie where like, the whole government's chasing them. That's really a 90s, 2000s movie as far as that type of stuff. Like Enemy of the State and all that kind of stuff. When they tracked them because the blood sample had knocked out somebody in, was it Milwaukee or Wisconsin or something like that? And they're like, oh, where's this produced at? So we just gotta look for a white guy in Rio de Janeiro. I think it was in Rio. It just felt like watching one of those type of movies. So I enjoyed that, and just the way it was shot, it looked old school. And I mean, technically, it is old school now. Do we consider this movie old school?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's right after the first Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
I think watching it back then,
Mm-hmm.
it was probably like, dang, like this is good. Because
Yeah,
obviously the Hawk that came out before that was trash.
you hate the
But
first movie.
he didn't fight anybody. He just ran from like the government, and that was just the end of the movie.
I don't even remember that movie, and I don't know
So
if I'm
this
gonna
one,
rewatch it.
That was sort of like this movie.
nah, but he didn't fight anybody. He didn't put hands on anything. He just turned into the Hulk and jumped across the desert, and then the movie ended.
Yeah.
It was
No
terrible.
way.
Yeah, they shot like rockets and stuff at him, and that was it. He jumped across the desert, and the movie ends somehow. I don't even remember.
Something different about that Hulk movie, though, from what I heard, was that like each time he got shot or like angrier, he got like bigger.
Yeah, he did, but it still don't matter. Jones terrible. He got bigger and angrier to just keep jumping across the desert, so it didn't like do anything with with the
So
with
you
the
basically
increase
call him
in.
big for nothing.
Yeah, he got bigger and angrier to just keep like running from him.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna ask this then. Lost my questions again. It feels crazy by asking this then. What is your favorite parts?
I like the fact, so I had to really watch it through the lens, like, how did I feel when I first watched it?
Okay.
Just because movies have evolved so much since then. So obviously, seeing them transform in the beginning, like when they first tried to get at him in the warehouse, that was pretty cool. But the best part, I believe, was when they caught him at the college campus.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that was the first time you just seen him just for like, out there like that.
I
I
want
thought that was cool.
my fault. I want to say something to what Robert just said with the factory scene. Nothing ever happened with that bottle.
Yeah, it's probably still out there.
Yeah.
Wait, which bottle?
His drop of his blood fell into one of
No,
them soda bottles.
no, it knocked out Stan Lee.
I didn't see. I didn't catch
That's
that.
how they caught him. That's how the government even knew how to find him.
Yeah,
Mm.
and that's
So
how they knew
that's
that
what I
he
was
was
saying
working.
earlier. When exactly. So they're like, oh, all right. So he's probably affiliated with that factory down there in Rio.
Mm.
So that's why they said they did their calls, and it was like, just look for any white man who sticks out in Brazil.
That makes sense now.
So yeah. What? Go ahead, Joy.
That's my favorite part was also the college campus when he took the pieces of metal. I forget if it was from the helicopter or if it was from one of the trucks that he had broken up, and he started slicing through. Started using them how I wanted him to use them. I forget what he was slicing, but the college campus scene, he really was showing what he was made of. When he got mad and he saved the female lead. I got it. I understood why she was so docile and sweet and kind, because that's exactly what Hulk needs to calm him down. That's the same thing Black Widow does with him, but it was really annoying. And she was just running into danger, and it's just like, what are you gonna do? But it was my favorite scene because you really got to see him in action.
Okay. Okay. My favorite scene was the final showdown, probably.
Yeah, that was a highlight.
Yeah.
I like that. It for me, it showed the difference. It's not even like a movie thing, but just this is a Marvel movie critique, not like a film movie thing. Whereas so I like that with Hulk and Abomination in the comics or the cartoons, because again, I don't read that much Incredible Hulk comics. But the thing is, Abomination at base level is stronger than Hulk. But Hulk's power isn't how strong he is at first. It's about his rage. So he got enraged, and Abomination didn't stand a chance. I enjoyed that they portrayed that. I also enjoy not actual part, like a scene in the movie, but I enjoyed Edward Norton's take on Bruce Banner. To me, he's a great Bruce Banner. That's like what I picture. Like I'm did I say Mark Ruffalo or Edward Norton just now?
Edward Norton.
Yeah.
Okay. So Mark Ruffalo is not what I imagine when I think Bruce Banner, if we're being for real. I don't like when I
I don't
think of
think
Bruce.
he fits as the Hulk.
Yeah, he's a good actor, but I think he's more of a rom-com actor. Or no, he does some good dramas. I just don't think of
Edward Norton should have stayed the Hulk, but I
Yeah.
know from what you were saying before, people didn't like working with him and always trying to change the script.
That was a big thing. Like, whenever you work with a writer, a writer's pride is writing. He would become the ghostwriter and start rewriting scenes secretly or not so secretly. And it's like, well, the director didn't ask for that nor give you permission. And Marvel Studios definitely didn't give you permission.
Yeah,
And
don't do that.
yeah, they don't do that. That's the one studio that don't do that. I mean, a lot of studios don't do that, but you're not gonna play with Marvel's toy sales because these movies are trying to sell toys, shirts, and tickets. So it's like you impacting what we're gonna do. Like, if we're gonna fail on our own. Like, you're not gonna just mess with things.
Yeah.
So they're like, yeah, we're not gonna have that issue going forward. You bench.
Not even benched. You're done.
Yeah, cut. He's cut.
He's the only one that got cut because they bought back that the girl in the new.
They did. They brought back Betty.
Yeah, but you never know what can happen in Secret Wars with them about to have all these different variants and stuff.
I think he toast from what I read.
He might, but Marvel always got a surprise up their sleeve.
I think they have too many surprises. They need to stop surprising us and just give us what we asked for. But that's a different conversation.
What are we asking for?
Shang-Chi 2. It's been 4 years. Today marks 4 years since they made Shang-Chi 1, a movie that had great martial arts, great new characters. It was a post-Endgame highlight, and they keep giving us new characters that they don't follow up on. And I'm fine with new characters, but you introduce new characters make these post-credit nothing burgers, and they lead to nothing. The only post-credit scene that led to something since Endgame was probably no, not since Endgame. I'll say since Shang-Chi was Fantastic Four. But they give you people, they make a big deal about these people, and bench these people. And the people get benched and don't even know why they bench.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, no, back to Edward Norton and Mark Ruffalo. I do think Edward Norton's a better Bruce Banner. I think the whole Smart Hawk thing, that's a Mark Ruffalo type of role, but he's not even that popular for people. I like him as a comic guy. Like, I like that he exists. Now, I don't like that they're living there this long because, Marvel don't follow up back to the point earlier. But, yeah, I think for traditional Hawk is Edward Norton.
Yeah. I think Edward Norton he's a really good actor.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure if in the MCU though, I feel like with all the different personalities they got, I feel like Ruffalo fits. All I need him to do is just go back to being the angry Hulk, which they said we're getting in Doomsday.
Okay. Different take. Because I do think Norton will fit. I think Norton could fit anybody. But I've also
Norton
seen
could, but I feel like I guess now that he's been in it, his character type fits.
Mm-hmm.
Like he plays the more just timid, just only science brain role. And you can tell like he's really smart. Like he portrays that. Doesn't show any type of real anger until you see the Hulk about to come out. So I like that dynamic. Edward Norton, I feel like he's a good Bruce Banner too. I feel like he's got a little more, I guess, just personality.
Norton or Ruffalo?
Norton.
Okay. So, okay. For me,
Like he doesn't seem like a nerdy scientist.
Norton doesn't?
Nah, not in the movie.
For me, he does.
In that movie, he didn't. He just seemed like a guy that was just on the run.
He gives me that whole meek energy. Before Joy.
No, I was agreeing with Justice. Like I agree, he kind of just gave the energy of a guy on the run. Where Ruffalo, he actually gives us, I'm a nerd, and this is what I do. We then see him interacting with Iron Man a lot, then just nerding out, and it's like, yeah.
So there's two cartoons I think of when I think of Hulk. There's the 90s Hulk, and there's a 20s Hulk in Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes. Ruffalo might be more like the 90s Hulk for me. Don't remember the 90s Hulk as well, since it's a little longer. But you might match that one for me a little more. And obviously Hulk is a 60-year-old character, so everyone's reference point's a little different.
Yeah.
But I did like Ruffalo when he said, Robert, you know what he said to Cap. You say it. Robert's the
when
cool
he
guy.
Said, dang. He said, it might be time for you to get angry. He said, that's my secret. I'm always angry.
Did you see that in theaters when that first happened?
Yeah.
I saw that in theaters. I loved
his catchphrase for a while.
Say again?
I said it also became his catchphrase for a while.
I mean, yeah, there's a good one to stick to. Now I said one thing about Ruffalo. Now my bad thing about Ruffalo is he always look confused. I don't like that. There's a Spider-Man and an Ant-Man? It's like, shut up.
Yeah, right.
Like you can see, stop squinting. Like I didn't like that. And like that's a nitpick. But yeah. All right, we can get off the versus thing because we get it. So did this movie deserve a direct sequel?
Yes, but we couldn't get one.
We surely could. Because Marvel didn't want to split profits with Universal.
Yeah, Universal should have just gave him up because, I mean, it's a Marvel character, but I guess, well, I understand his business. So.
Yeah, that was a missed opportunity to kind of expand on it, but obviously they did the whole change. But in that time, with the movies they were dropping, like that timeline, the way they did that first timeline was almost flawless.
First timeline was like very interesting, and their timelines be a little weird now.
What's the
time? Yeah, now it's all over. Like leading up to the first Avengers. Like every movie wasn't going to have a part 2 because they were trying to get up to the Avengers movies. So they already had all the movies they was going to drop. So it could have had a part 2, but if the plan was to get to Avengers, I didn't need to see a part 2 of Hulk.
I didn't need another.
They could have gave us a part 2 anytime. Joy wasn't with it.
maybe
No,
not
I'm
give
just
us
saying.
a
I'm just saying in general. I'm not just like. I'm not just a like. I don't need this. Even now, I wouldn't want to see a Hulk solo movie.
Right. Yeah. He's a great actor, but it's like you
That's
get
just my bias again.
so
I just don't like.
like
That's just not a character that I really like. Like
I get it.
I can resonate with the Hulk.
I don't see it. I'm joking. Why do you always gotta be the crash out guy? He called himself Bucky 2 podcasts ago. Or was the last podcast? Now he gotta be Hawk.
get that.
I'm a lot of things than the one.
Okay. So hold on, I'm sorry, that was funny. So
Dang, that caught slang off guard.
I would do a solo Hawk movie. I think the time to do it would have been during after Avengers 2. They could have done a bunch of things with it. They could have had him fight the guy from Captain America 4. It could have been Red Hawk. It could have been a combination of those two.
Well, wasn't that what was supposed to be in the second film? Because wasn't there supposed to be one, but they just didn't do it because of Universal?
Mostly, yeah. I would have liked to see a leader thing, or leader is the bad guy for the audience. Leader is what's his name?
Yeah, so that's the other part. Like, we had to wait so long for that, like, follow-up. Because Samuel Stern,
It was like 17 years.
yeah, that's so long.
What's what's the leader's name? The smart guy who was helping Bruce and Betty?
Samuel
Mr.
Stern.
Blue?
Okay, so Samuel Stern. Say again, Drew?
For Mr. Blue?
Yes, Mr. Blue. And his real name was it Samuel Stern? X?
Yes.
Okay, I don't have the cast in front of me, so thanks. I think they should have brought him back because he ends up being Avengers level threat. So he could have
Yeah.
did something where, you know how Civil War was like Avengers 2.5? I think it could have been that type of movie where it's like Hulk and he calls in help from like Thor and Cap, Iron Man, whoever. It could have been the whole classic team because there's a good storyline about that where he took over a certain part of New York City and he was going to bomb everybody with the gamma rays. And then he took control of Thor's hammer and it ended up being a really good 2-part episode. So they could have done something similar to that in movie form. And I think for the people that don't love Hulk, having it be a Avengers type movie, but is with Hulk branding, I think that would be entertaining. And I don't really like. It goes back to my point. You introduce these characters in a franchise and you ditch them. I'm not into that.
Yeah. I don't like that.
yeah,
really
I think
feel-
that you got the like how Hulk was integrated into Thor Ragnarok. Like that was
Mhm.
good.
That was good.
Yeah, and
So,
that took some of the Planet Hawk time.
so like another
What
Hulk
do you call it?
movie, if he had like supporting other like Avengers type characters with him, then I'd be like, oh, cool.
All right, well there we go. We got some middle ground then. See, we
But
get
I
things
mean,
done faster than the people in DC.
that's what Marvel is doing now. Like the next Spider-Man movie ain't gonna be Spider-Man, and that's a solo film. He about
You
to
want to
have
know
like
something?
5 heroes with him, but he does that in
You
every
want to hear my
Spider-Man
hot
movie.
take? That's stupid.
Every Spider-Man movie he's never been just by himself.
I
Tom
think
Holland's
they
never
need
had a movie
they need to
just by
step.
himself.
And I think after a while it's gonna be stupid. We're gonna look back and be like, he had no time to just do his thing.
Yeah, no, but they're done with that era. You're not getting no solo movies with nobody by themselves no more. Until they bring out,
No, I don't
introduce a
mind the
brand new
cameos.
character.
I don't mind the cameos, but like Nick Fury was in his movie a little too much in that second one. We don't like why Nick Fury in that movie?
Because I think they're adapted from like the animated series where he not even by himself in them Jones no more. If it's a new
No one likes
Spider-Man
that
show.
one. The one you're
I
talking about,
know,
the
but I'm
Ultimate
just saying
Spider-Man.
Marvel not doing solo Jones no more.
Well, that's why people snap on them now.
I don't know if they are
You know
though.
how they be
Like Spider-Man. See, I would consider the Spider-Man with Nick Fury a solo John because I don't care about Nick Fury. So that was the most by itself movie that he did. Like, because Nick Fury ain't no
yeah,
hero.
but even then, Nick Fury took off some time. Like, boy, you gotta do this, you gotta do that. It's like, all right, Nick. Like, I like you,
Yeah.
but go home.
It's like,
So yeah, I guess that's the most balanced stuff one. I'm nitpicking that, but back to Hulk. All right, well, I guess I'm gonna do the themes of cultural impact, and it don't matter. It's not a long conversation, but I gotta throw that in. The themes are monster within, anger, control, duality. So like, I guess the idea is you're not just everyone knows you in a different way. To Betty, he's the greatest guy on earth. To Betty's dad, he's like, you're the biggest scum on this earth. It's about military overreach, and I would call that corruption, actually.
Yeah. But looking into the context, Betty's dad, he was completely wrong because he helped them make that joint. Like, that was a project together.
Yeah, that's exactly what I mean. That's what I mean.
So
I
for
think Betty's
you to
dad's
get
corrupt.
mad that he turned into a monster mistakenly and crashed out and hurt your daughter, like, that's your fault just as much as
And
it
then
is
he
his.
gonna say, I'll save it for favorite quotes. Matter of fact, keep going, Rob.
No, that's all. I'm just saying you hunting this dude down because
So
of
yeah,
something you did. Yeah, like 50-50.
yeah, but
So you mad at him
ain't
when
that
you're
white
the one that
military
did it.
types?
That's just white.
That's just white. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. The one of the things I had listed here was what Rob said. Government creates its own problems. Impact-wise for the MCU, it culturally set up Ross, who ends up being the second biggest character from the Hulk franchise, because he's in Civil War, he's in Captain America 4, and he's in the beginning of Black Widow trying to hunt down Natasha. Nation pops up, but you don't really, like, I don't know if people really care that he's in the MCU that much. And obviously, we got Hulk for all these movies. Now, I mean, it didn't set up Hulk as I'll get into that later. I was gonna say, the whole Hulk versus Thanos thing. People didn't like that. They wanted angry Hulk versus Thanos, but who's to say he wasn't angry?
It was Angry Hulk. That
I
was
think he just
Angry
got
Hulk.
beat.
They just nerfed him. Yeah, he just got beat up very, very
And
quickly.
he's also just Mark Ruffalo.
What? So are you in the? To make this clear, do you think Norton is better than Ruffalo?
Yes. I would
You
have
think so?
rather had Edward Norton than Mark Ruffalo. Like, I
That's
don't
your
know.
perspective.
Like, I was watching Age of Ultron, and
Okay.
like Joy was saying, how like Black Widow calms him down and stuff. I'm like, bro, you do not deserve Scarlett Johansson, bro. Like,
Excuse me?
it's like it match. It's not a match.
So
Yeah,
Edward Norton
definitely.
does?
Definitely. Yeah, Edward Norton, he got more flavor. I agree
Yeah,
with that.
like
What are y'all talking about here? No, what?
Ruffalo don't got no motion, no swag or nothing.
Not
No.
only did y'all
What?
turn to the E News, y'all like B News right now. What?
that he has no
At
aura.
least Ruffalo got a
Ruffalo just be
beard.
like twiddling his fingers. Like
Like,
Norton would have been talking to her
what?
like,
I've never heard nothing like this. Edward Norton is a better match for Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Scarlett
I'm
Johansson's the type of
sorry.
white woman
As a
black
female,
men
I
like.
highly
It's-
disagree.
yeah. And Edward Norton is
Yeah, I'm with you, Joy.
Bro, and you know what
You're
I'm so
tripping.
mad about to this day? They never gave Anthony Mackie his scene with Scarlett Johansson. Like, come on, bro. What y'all
Excuse
doing?
me?
He was requesting that love scene and he ain't get it. Or that love, like, plot. Like, come on, bro. You gonna give that to Mark Ruffalo?
yeah.
I mean, no one likes the Hulk
Probably
Scarlett
didn't
Johansson
request
thing
it.
that much. If you check on the Reddits,
Yeah, that was forced.
Scarlett Johansson thought it was stupid too.
Yeah. All right then. So yeah.
There's your answer.
But no, it's not, because they would have just gave that scene to Edward Norton anyway. What? And it has nothing to do with the actor. She thought characterization wise it was dumb. What are y'all talking about? I'm not doing this with y'all.
with Edward Norton, he has more aura. Like, he was such a way.
They would have saw it and be like, you know what? Hold up.
Yeah, I like this.
Yeah.
Honestly, Black Widow and Bruce Banner don't need to be a thing. That's dumb.
They don't, but if they're gonna force it, Edward Norton
No. What are you about to say about the forces? Mitchell style.
whenever he turned back to Bruce, he ain't even try to kick it with her or nothing. He was just acting scary. Edward Norton would have been right at her, like, yo.
So
look,
you're telling me
Because he's
that
a
Edward Norton is a
nerd.
better Bruce?
Nerds don't do that.
he got more flavor.
Edward Norton, I think you watched this movie while texting, Rob.
He
You watched
wasn't a
this
real
movie with your eyes
nerd. Yeah,
closed.
that's what I'm saying. He wasn't
Edward
a nerd.
Norton was a timid nerd himself.
No,
Nah,
I'm
he
saying
stepped up
Edward
on
Edward
that. He stepped up on
was a
that
real
dude.
nerd.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, he was an undercover nerd.
And then
Y'all
He
ain't
tried to
hearing
bag
me.
the
I
joint
said Edward
in the
Norton was
factory.
not a real nerd. He was not a real nerd. He was just like an average guy on the run. He was trying to be on his Luigi Mangione shit. Like that's what nerd.
Yeah, he tried to bag the joint in the factory,
Yeah, and he did. That's
and
what
he
I'm saying, bro.
did.
Yeah,
He's bagging chicks from the rip.
that's
That's
why we
not.
need
That is
Edward
not
Norton
a
as the
Hulk.
Hulk.
And he
Bring
kissed a
him
girl
back.
on his way
That
out
He's
is
of
coming.
Brazil.
He's
I
back.
was like, bro, this is not the Hulk.
that's
Yep.
aura though. He has so much aura.
Ruffalo ain't kissed nobody.
Well, what
He
Brazilian
wasn't
John? Like,
supposed
give
to.
me
He could
that.
rip them in half. He could rip them in half.
Yeah, he probably. Yeah, he put that into the script himself.
Yeah,
He said, "You
that
know
just
what?
gave
What?
him even more aura though. And that's why I
Yeah, he
fuck with
No,
said.
him.
because it didn't make any sense. You
That's
saw
He said,
him.
you know
You saw
what?
that he had girls that he done kicked it with, and then when he's with Betty, Betty's like, you can't even get a little excited, and he's like, nah. And I'm like, then the storyline's not adding up. Like, why are you?
shit. Low key, I wish I was Edward Norton.
My bad. He started
Oh
growling at
my!
me.
He was just doing it for the love of the game."
Who, Max?
And then when
Yeah, Max was growling at me.
after they had went to New York, when they were leaving from New York, and him and her go to wherever the college campus was. When they were leaving the college campus, and they go, and he finds them a freaking slack-looking cave. Right, because we got those in the middle of the USA. I was just like, come on, this don't make no sense. That cave doesn't match any rock patterns that we have. Oh, it's just terrain. I mean, because we just found a cave. I was like, this movie was pissing me off. It was like Mighty Joe
Wait,
Young.
what scene are we talking about?
When they leave the college
Are we
campus,
talking about?
After the college scene, and he carries her off.
yeah,
Oh, it did
he
have
goes
some Mighty
off
Joe
and
Young
finds a random
vibes to it.
cave with super Shungite looking stone. Like what?
So all right, let's do nitpicks while we here. Let's do some nitpicks.
And then come on, wait, hold up. Then he was like, he felt like the droplet or something, and then he was like, oh, like, come on, bro, let's go. We like that.
Yeah,
I don't know. I enjoyed this movie.
just because there were so many filler scenes.
I got
for
some
me.
nitpicks while we here. Okay, so this was an internet criticism. Some people said Norton's banner lacked humor versus Ruffalo. I don't think that's fair because Ruffalo didn't exist yet. We didn't know these movies was meant to be comic funny yet.
Yeah, that was before they were forcing, like, making sure that the movie had a good balance of humor and seriousness. Because before they wasn't really joking like that. Like,
No,
if
they
something
wasn't.
funny happened, it just kind of happened. Like, I don't remember
Yeah.
Iron Man being funny, but Tony Stark is just an a-hole, so it's just comical.
Yeah,
But that's just his personality. They didn't start adding in like jokes and moments that like made you laugh. Like in Avengers Endgame when he finally catches the hammer and the most important scene of all Marvel history, and he's like, "No, give me that one. You take the little one." Like they started putting that stuff in there on purpose to make you like chuckle in a serious moment. Whereas before they was just trying to write a good script.
yeah,
And the actor was just making something comical maybe happen. So I don't think the jokes was really like a part of the formula yet. Like I saw that transition start happening later on.
Yeah, so I think that's a forced critique. But one critique that I had naturally was when he broke into Betty's computer. It's like these people didn't know computers or something back then because he put in the username. It says Miss MISS dot space Betty Elizabeth Ross. I'm like, usernames don't have spaces, first of all. Like, that's not how that works when you log into anything. Then he just typed in her password after he's been gone for years. I'm like, that's not like they make you change your password like every year or two. So I wasn't buying that. When the Hulk just kicked Blonsky into the tree, was it a tree he kicked him to?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was crazy.
I'm like, Hulk doesn't do that.
What
So
you
they
mean?
only
That was
he's not
very
kicking a normal
Hulk-like,
person
though.
and hoping he dies.
That
If you're
it was,
Thanos,
though, because that dude was following him the whole movie.
Yeah,
He was the main op.
Yeah.
Hulk might toss you, but Hulk not trying to put you in the hospital. Like That guy was meant to be a veggie for the rest of his life, the way he kicked him. Marvel does this thing where they'll give someone a fatal hit just because they can miraculously survive. They don't like
Well, the only reason why, like the quote, you put the quote miraculously survive is because, well, beforehand, he had already got the injection in him. So he was getting ready for that shit.
that's my point. And Hulk didn't kick nobody else like that but Blonsky. Hulk is not like in most iterations of the Hulk, he only uses as much force as necessary.
This dude's been following him, been a nuisance. So I mean, I think it works, like Roy said, but
but to be fair, everyone's a nuisance. He kicked that one guy.
But he's been the one nuisance that's been following him the whole movie. Like they made eye contact in the first scene, and then he says to him, "Oh, like remember me?" Like basically saying, like I'm like here, like I'm coming for you.
Oh, it like Hulk throwing a tantrum.
I don't know.
Like
I
you
don't
know,
think
like he was getting aggravated, so he just kicked him. Like, bro, you're getting on my nerves.
Okay. So let me pitch it to y'all like this. Can we name any other times when Hulk used too much force on someone who couldn't take it? Like in any other media, any other MCU
He tried to kill
edition.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah,
he was gonna kill her. If she didn't get
Kinda.
away. No, he was gonna kill her.
That was manipulation, but I'm talking about Hulk when he's himself. That was manipulation by Loki.
Ragnarok when he was with the whole time that he was there. He was using excessive force.
The whole time where?
He was she was saying Ragnarok like he was trying to trash Thor.
But Thor can take it.
But you said that he wasn't using excessive force. Like he didn't know what would break him or not.
I don't know. I don't think Thor can really be broken.
No, I'm saying
because I mean
Hulk
at that point Thor's the strongest Avenger.
But Hulk didn't know that. He thought purely human.
That Thor can take it? You talk about in Thor Ragnarok?
And when he first met Thor, anytime that he's been with Thor, he goes excessive with Thor. He doesn't know what Thor can take and what's going to break him. He was just going Hulk on him.
I see what you're saying, but to be fair, at that point, so Thor and Hulk's first instance, by that point when they're on the plane, because that was their first mix, he knew Thor was an Asgardian by that point. And to be fair, Thor not body Hulk. I think Hulk tried to punch Thor, and Thor chalked it with his left arm, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm like you. I'm probably stronger than you." But like he kicked Blonsky like he was trying to squash a roach.
Clear that out the way.
I guess he should have, but he didn't. But like, I don't think that's very Hulk-like. Like, I think I think he's very angry, but I think he gets too much credit for being a monster. I don't like Hulk is actually in a lot of iterations pretty nice. He's just mean when he sees people like Abomination. I'm talking about Blonsky in monster form.
But he also blacks out.
But that's just a nitpick. I mean,
Hulk mode. And it's like you're bombing me with rockets. Like that's not the only thing that happened. Blonsky running up to him. He was getting bombed with rockets. You're coming at me with military tanks. You're about to kill the woman I love. Like, yeah.
You should have killed Ross. Well, he had all the power in the world to kill Ross then. Ross the problem.
Well, Blonsky is like he is like the main. Okay, Ross is the main. I don't want to say the main villain, but like
Ross is definitely the main villain. Yeah, this is the second movie we're talking about Ross being the bad guy.
But then, if you remember,
he
just
went exceptionally just overkill on a dude that he knew couldn't take that kick.
And that's not like in no other iteration of Hulk.
That's not really
seen that. If he really wanted to end, like to your point, X, he really wanted to squash it, he should have just did it on Ross.
No, he's saying how he's written in the comics. He's not written that way.
Credit because when he's Hulk, everybody is telling you, even he tells you how he doesn't have control. So now we're saying that Hulk has control, and Hulk has this completely controllable consciousness.
See, that's a misconception.
He's saying the way they write him in the comics, they do write him as he has some form of control. It's like they give him some type of moral boundaries, even though that doesn't make sense in like the real life. But the writers write him with like a moral compass that doesn't make sense.
Hulk control.
He won't like he'll do like property damage, but but they're based off of the comics. So basically he didn't go around and kill any of the military guys. He just only kicked Blonsky like that. And it's
because it
just
was
like,
convenient for the plot.
Nobody
yeah,
else ran up on
it was
him
just
like
like,
that.
it was convenient for the plot that,
I mean,
he
Ross
rode up
been
on
running
that
up on
tank.
him like the past few
Yeah,
years.
he
That
looked
was the
Ross.
second
Ross was
time
the
that he
dude that's
ran
trying
up
to take
on
him
him.
out, and he
Like,
looked at him in his eyes before he left.
The story also implies that Ross is always chasing him down, and then to the point of what Robert's saying about how he's written, Hulk can control Hulk. It's because the way it's shown is it's a amped up version of multiple personality disorder. So
Because
Banner can
if
control Hulk, but Hulk can control Hulk, and Hulk controls Hulk pretty well.
because if that was the case in the first Avengers, he should have been killing the Chitauri and civilians if he don't got
That's where
control.
I'm going. Or he would have
no, I didn't
smoked
say he doesn't have any
everyone on the
control,
helicarrier
but
a lot
I'm
faster.
saying that we always say that Hulk does not have that much control because Bruce is always saying how he can
But I'm
feel.
not one of those people though.
Yeah, it's like it's like an oxymoron, Joy, to your point. It's just like they're trying to make him some rage monster, but then they also want him to be controlled over who he will and won't do it to. So it don't make sense, is what I'm saying. So I agree with what you're saying.
Yeah, I do see that point, but I'm saying like, yeah. He
They
just
want this
for
out of
whatever reason,
control
when it comes to
dude that's
regular
also under
people,
control.
yeah. But I mean, that's just sci-fi. That's the. But I have another nitpick. No, that's probably all my nitpicks. Let me make sure first. Do y'all have any nitpicks while I'm looking for mine?
Mhm.
This is what I meant to ask you, X. You're younger than us, so this movie came out. You're about like 6, so this movie is probably way more classic to you than it is for our generation. I mean, I like the movie a lot actually, but
I
was this
saw it
considered like
when
a
it
classic
came
for you?
out. No, I did see it when it came out though,
Okay,
because this came out a month after Iron Man, and I remember when my dad took Giovanni and I to go see that.
okay,
Yeah, your dad's a movie buff too. He with
Yeah,
all that.
yeah, especially Marvel and stuff, because that's what they read and shit. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
What about the dark tone? Did that work for y'all?
what was dark about it?
For that time frame, like it was like a thriller type of situation.
Okay, so it worked for
I
you
feel like
for
for
that
that
time,
time frame,
Rob.
that's how they was making like action movies.
Okay,
You know, they had to have some element of suspense and stuff. That was like the action genre, I guess, back then.
yeah, the thriller.
Yeah. Like Iron Man had it in his joint, you know, like even his first two.
Iron Man was a lot lighter actually. If you even look at the color grading,
Yeah, it was a lot lighter because he's out in the desert and stuff like that. But I'm saying once you got
yeah,
into what was going down, like Obadiah Stane making his suit
yeah,
was in
yeah.
the dark laboratory. You ain't get to see it. You just saw the eyes first,
I
and
got you.
then you
See,
feel
for
me? Like it
me, I
was
thought this was. I think even with those scenes, I thought Hulk was like much darker. It looked grainier. It looked like it was closer to grayscale than a lot of other
yeah.
movies.
I feel like because they're trying to
Like
portray
it seemed a
like
lot more
him as
neutral.
like a monster fight.
Or what if the whole point was that Ross is the monster, even though he doesn't look like it? Like the whole Hulk's the monster on the outside thing, but Ross is the monster on the inside thing. Because Ross is like he has no powers and he sucks. What you say?
I gave Aubrey some cookies and whipped cream.
Oh, he's not talking about this. But
Yeah, Ross was. I mean, he was a.
ha, such a kid snack. All right, so let's do this. All right, so I got some quick notes on this. So Future the Hulk. Hulk was sidelined into ensemble roles post 2008. X said that already. Abomination returns to Shang-Chi and She-Hulk. I mean, he's not even the same person no more because in She-Hulk he's reformed. That's probably how it would work in a lot of situations. I already brought up that Ross was in Civil War and Black Widow, played by William Hurt, and in Captain America 4, he was played by Harrison Ford because William Hurt passed in 2022, I believe. People still think there's going to be a World War Hulk movie. I don't fully see it. Don't even see why they do it because Marvel's trying to do safe movies now. They didn't do Hulk while everyone cared. I don't see why they're going to do Hulk now. Some facts and trivia. We already talked about Edward Norton rewriting parts of the script as an uncredited writer. I don't really want to get into that again. The Harlem fight took a lot of extensive night shoots. At that time, it was one of the most expensive shoots in MCU history. Lou Ferrigno, the original Hawk from the 80s show, I believe, 70s, 80s. He was the security guard who Hawk gave the pizza to, and he also voiced the Hawk in this movie.
That's cool.
Did y'all know that?
Say that
Yeah.
again.
Lou Ferrigno, the original Hawk, voiced Hawk in this movie.
He was in that movie. He was the security guard.
They
Thanks,
say
X.
that he also was the voice
But what-
of the Hawk when he turned into the Hawk.
No, because I said thanks because I said that too already.
Yeah, but
he
he's
was
still
the
ain't
voice
here
of
in
the
the
Hawk
second
in
part.
the movie.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, I don't think I knew that. I probably read it at some point because, fun fact, for just about every show I watch, I read the Wikipedia section. I can't help it. So I always read these things. So Wikipedia is probably my real dad right now. The Martin Starr cameo, the guy who was in the lab, I believe, with Bruce, they retconned him into being Peter's teacher because at first it was just like, oh, we're just casting you to be Peter's teacher, a related role. And they're like, you know what? Since he was unnamed in the Incredible Hulk movie, we'll just say that was the same person.
Okay.
So let's do the ratings and wrap up. Rate it fire, good, mid, or trash. I want Rob to start.
I think it was a good movie.
Okay,
I'm
good.
just like, yeah, I just think for the time when I saw it, it was definitely exciting, and I remember being hyped to see him actually fight a villain. So the movie
Okay.
wasn't bad. I just know just movies have evolved just since then. So it's just like, it's like almost like
Rue, what
now
you think?
movies now, like
Okay.
Marvel Jones, they kind of speed running the action and suspense and stuff like that. Like times have just changed.
What do you think of it in the modern context then? If
In a
this
modern
movie came out 3 years ago, how would you have judged it? Or let's say it was a Hawk sequel with the similar approach. We lose him. X.
Yo,
Is it fire, good, mid, or trash?
good.
Good. Okay. Do you have a reason for the good rating or nothing extensive?
I mean, it wasn't fire, but it definitely
Mm-hmm.
wasn't bad or mid, in my opinion.
All right, Rue, what you think?
I think it's
You know why we what?
why you guys are stuck on him. His acting for me is mid. It was just super melodramatic. And I get it. That's the feel they were going for. For me, it just wasn't for what it was. A lot of things just
All right,
didn't
for
line up
me,
location wise.
oh, okay.
Never mind. Go ahead.
That's a fair reaction because a lot of people didn't love Incredible Hulk even in the time. So watching it 2025, fair criticism. Now for me, besides superhero movies, military thrillers are one of my favorite things to watch. Like that's the reason I even have Prime Video because of like those type of shows. But so for me it was good. It's one of my favorite Hulk portrayals. I mean, there's other good Hulk portrayals in the Avengers movies, but I like this one. I like the Banner portrayal. That's what it is. I like Ruffalo. I have nothing against Ruffalo. I just enjoyed this version because it reminds me of Earth Mightiest Heroes. And I also like Edward Norton as an actor. I like them in American History X and other stuff. Just obviously I have nitpicks with the movie, but for me it was good. Not fire. Fire for me is Civil War, Winter Soldier. This is just good. All right. So now this is a segment I think of when it comes to X. Was it too long or too short? Or was it the right
It was
running time?
It was
Okay, same. I agree. Rob, what you think?
As far as
Runtime, too long, too short? Or
I thought the runtime wasn't bad as far as like, the style of movie that they were making.
I agree.
Yeah, and they fit like Hulk appearances. It's like you didn't have to wait to the end to see the Hulk. So yeah, that's how those movies were back then.
Okay.
Like
What
they
do you
let
think,
you
Rue?
see him in the beginning, then they let you see him in the little park, and then he had his actual scene when he fought the dude at the end. So I thought the pacing was okay. The suspense stuff, like I get like some people see that as a drag, but that's that movie was made to have that suspense type.
Yeah.
You don't know what's gonna happen. Are they gonna catch him? Da 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 type stuff. Because he was on the run too, so it was one of them type of movies. But I thought the runtime was fine.
Okay. What you think, Rue?
Way too long. Way, way, way too long. They could have
Way
made
too
it.
long?
They could have gotten the
That's
same thing done in an hour and a
funny.
half. Like for it to be 2 hours was crazy. Way too long. I like when a movie is
That's
that long
funny.
and I can't tell you exactly why it's that long. It's just way too much movie for me. It's like so you just spent so much time explaining stuff. No.
Yeah, for me it was just fine. I think at this point I come to expect movies to be 100 minutes. So that's like what, hour 40. So it ran for an hour. It ran for 112 minutes, which is what, hour 58 minutes, hour 52 minutes. My bad. Yeah, for me it was fine, but I don't have much complaints about early Marvel anyway. So that's probably what that is. So this is where we ask Peru, what movie are you picking? Because we're not doing a spinning wheel thing since you didn't get to pick yet.
Do I have to have the movie right?
I guess not. I mean, we can't make you, but do you want to just text us?
I mean, if
Can
I
we do
have to
this?
pick a movie right now, then I'll just do
You don't have to if you don't want to. If you want to wait and think on it and pick like one you really want to dive into,
doesn't
that's
matter
better
because
than just
we're doing
shooting
Yeah.
off the
Marvel
hip.
anyway, so it's not like you have full range of movies.
It don't have to be Marvel.
But we've already started doing Marvel.
Oh, no, it could be any movie. Oh, I see what you're saying. Like pivoting randomly might be weird for you. I see what you're saying.
Because my next movie is not going to be a Marvel movie. I already know
Oh,
what
that's
it's going to be.
funny. I don't even think
I didn't know
I have no
why
idea what this guy's going to pick.
we just started doing all Marvel movies. So I was like, is that what we're doing?
Nah, I think people are just honoring this theme.
Yeah. But no, I was saying like it did kind of fall into the Marvel vibe, so it's just kind of exciting jumping back into those movies, but we don't gotta like stay to that. Like if
Yeah, it
you
could
want
be
to complete
anything.
the 4 first Johns and then we start jumping around. But that's up to you. But if you had like something that you're like, dang, I really want to kind of dive into this, then it could be whatever.
Hmm.
I would say think on it. If you don't want, you don't got to pick right now.
Yeah, it's just YouTube. No one's expecting us to pick anything. They'll come back and watch whenever.
You guys said that I can
No,
think
I was
about
just
it.
saying.
Well, then I will get back to you guys.
All right, that's a wrap for today. Big thanks to my guests X, Justice, and Peru for kicking it with me today on Movie Mondays. YouTube fam, hit like, subscribe, and share the video. More views equals more episodes. Audio listeners, hit follow, drop a review, and share this with someone who vibe with the slang gang. Want to go further? Support me at buymeacoffee.com/avatarslang. Links are in the description and my bio. Stay connected on Instagram and TikTok at Avatar Slang. Let me know your thoughts. Oh, by the way, the next movie we decided off air is going to be Kick-Ass. So tune in next Monday